What's up, builders? Welcome back. Due to the pandemic, This is reInvent is a 3-week virtual event free for all to attend. And in today's video, I want to share my top 5 announcements made by Jassy in his keynote. And as you know, AWS, there are always more than 5 features, so this is just my humble opinion. For those who don't know me, hey, I'm Yan Chen. I've been a software engineer for more than 5 years now, and in this channel, I love to talk about tech. That includes in-depth technical tutorials, such as how to use certain AWS features, or just my experiences living in the US as a software engineer. Hopefully, we can share our passion for technology together and use it to make this world a better place. But first, let's roll the intro. The first big announcement is the support of macOS EC2 instances. For years, you could only run programs designed for either Windows or Linux. However, with this introduction, now you can run workloads specific to macOS on AWS now. These EC2 instances run on Mac minis with Intel 9th Gen Core i7 processors. And just like traditional EC2 instances, you'll have access to the rest of AWS services, as well as the flexibility to spin them up and down based on needs. The second big announcement is the super popular AWS Lambda service now allows you to package Lambda functions as container images and launch them on demand. For those of you who are not that familiar with AWS Lambda, basically it's a service that allows you to write a function, like a literal function, in certain programming languages. And such a function can be triggered by all kinds of events to execute arbitrary code written by you. That includes making API calls to other AWS services or making calls to your own service running outside of AWS. That all sounds cool, but what's really attractive in this model is that as a customer, you don't need to worry about provisioning any compute resources to execute that function when it's triggered. It's all handled by AWS, and you only pay for what you use, which in layman's terms means that it's based on the number of times the function is triggered and how much time each invocation actually takes. It used to be that you could only write Lambda functions in 3 or 4 popular programming languages. But in 2018, the service team introduced the Lambda HTTP Runtime API that allows you to run arbitrary programs as long as they can speak HTTP to behave like a traditional Lambda function. This year's announcement took it a step further. Now, in addition to controlling the program that communicates with the runtime HTTP API, you get to control the rest of the execution environment in the form of container images, while still letting AWS manage the host that's running your container. The third announcement is actually related to the previous one. It introduced the reduction of billing granularity of AWS Lambda from 100 millisecond to 1 millisecond. Prior to this announcement, wherever your Lambda function was triggered, the total amount of execution time billed was always rounded up to the nearest 100 millisecond. So you tend to get overcharged. With this feature, most customers should start to see cost savings. Have you had a chance to register this year's reInvent? I'll leave the link down below so that you can check it out. Also, what's your favorite feature announcement this year? Drop a comment below to let me know. The fourth announcement is Aurora Serverless V2. Well, if there's a V2, there must be a V1, right? You're right. Let me briefly explain what Aurora Serverless is. Amazon Aurora is a MySQL and PostgreSQL compatible database service built for the cloud. The V1 serverless option has been available since 2018, and it allows you to autoscale an Amazon Aurora database on demand without worrying server maintenance. And as in other AWS services, you only pay for what you use. The main difference between Aurora Serverless V2 and V1 is how fast the database capacities can be scaled up and how granular the service can perform such an operation. The online documentation for V2 states that you'll be able to scale to hundreds of thousands of transactions per second in less than 1 second. And instead of doubling the capacity every time the database scales up, the service now performs incremental adjustment so that you have more fine-grained control. The fifth and final announcement that I think is pretty cool is the introduction of AWS second custom chip, AWS Trainium. It is designed to perform machine learning training, especially for deep learning training workloads. And I suppose this chip will actually complement the first custom chip, AWS Inferential, really well because that one was designed to perform inferences after models are trained. Thanks for watching. I post new videos from time to time, so if you find today's content helpful or you have any questions, drop a comment below. And before you leave, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Have a good one, builders. 我们下次见。